From the roar of the crowd to the roar of the engines, this is Pit Pass.
Pit Pass is brought to you by Jake's Karts. Here's your host, Ron Fox.
Thanks for joining us for another edition of Pit Pass. Although a few tracks had to cancel on Friday, overall it was a good weekend of racing. But before we get to some highlights, I'd like to pass along my well wishes to Howie Bayless. He is a photographer, car owner, and former track announcer. On Saturday at Thunder Valley Raceway, Howie was struck by a race car. Preliminary reports I've gotten say he has at least a broken left leg and injuries to his right leg. Howie, we hope you have a speedy recovery. Now on to the show. I thought about a western swing of the state with Tri-City and Mercer on my schedule, but with the questionable weather on Friday, I decided to pay another visit to Bedford Speedway. The night started with an 18-lap street stock feature. Bill Pluta Jr. takes the lead from the pole position. Behind him, it's mayhem as cars start to bounce off of each other. Zane Wheat in the black and white 45 ricochets off the inner banking, forcing Darrell Whetstone up into the 22 of Jesse Snyder. Snyder comes to a stop. The most recent winner, Brian Duffy, pulls in with a flat left rear tire. On the second attempt to get underway, Kerry Malovich in the blue 63 goes to the low side of Pluta. The 73 of Pluta gets turned and stacks up the field again. Snyder slides into Pluta, ending the night for the 22 machine. Duffy comes to rest along the outer wall, but continues on. On the third try, Malovich looks low again, but Whetstone holds him off through 1 and 2. Bill Henney in the 50 passes the 4 of Bob J for third as Malovich runs hard into turn 3 to challenge for the lead. He pushes up in the middle and turns Whetstone. After we get one lap in the books, Malovich has the point while Henney works his way around Jay for second coming off of turn 4. A lap later, Jay regains second going through turns 1 and 2. Wheat runs in fourth. Half of a lap later, they are 3 wide for the lead. Henney gets squeezed down on the inside, and here comes Duffy to join a tight group of the top 5. 3 laps later, Duffy and Jay are door-to-door for second, but Duffy powers off of turn 4 to take the position. A lap later, Malovich pushes high in the turn, opening the door for Duffy to take the lead as Wheat also takes advantage to move into second. Eventually, Jay would move up to the runner-up position with this pass of Wheat. On the last lap, Chris Chamberlain powers off of turn 2 to wrestle third place from Wheat. Up front, Duffy goes unchallenged for his second win in a row at Bedford. His 22nd street stock win at Bedford ties him with Jay for the most in track history. Brian, what in the world was going on at the beginning of that feature?
Well, I don't really have the answer to that one. I thought maybe it was a full moon tonight. Everybody was a little bit rambunctious. Maybe we off for a few weeks for rain. Everybody ready to go racing, and just kind of got into a kind of a demolition derby there, and didn't work out too good. We got tied up in the first wreck. Then the caution come out. We got tied up in the second wreck. Of course, first wreck we had a flat tire and broke the left rear shock off and tore the body up, and then got into the fence there on the second wreck, and just tagged in the back there, and it all worked out.
But you're a veteran, so you know to be patient, and you know you have a strong car that you can get back to the front.
Yeah, the years of experience. Then with the invert here, kind of changes things up, and you get some of the guys that don't have quite the experience, and there was just a lot of anxious racers here tonight, ready to rock and roll, and you have that. You just have to lay back and wait, but we got a little bit run over there, but hey, it all worked out. I mean, the shock was broke off. We was just about done. I said, just put a tire on. We're going back out.
And you're on quite a roll now. 2 in a row here, and throw in Cumberland. That's 3 in a row.
Yeah, we got 4 races in this year. We got 3 wins in a row, and then the first race here at Bedford we got second. So we're off to a pretty decent start.
Now we have a running joke that I bring you bad luck every time I show up at I showed up at the track last year. You had flat tires. You hated to see me, so believe me, I was a little anxious when I saw you with the cut tire, but you did come through.
Yeah, I gotta say, Ron, whenever I see you at the racetrack, I'm not real anxious. But hey, it all worked out tonight, and hey, the fans got to see a whale of a race, and you know, that's what it's all about. We come out here and try to put on a good show for our fans and friends, and hey, if that wasn't worth $12, and I don't know whether they could have spent $12 better and got more excitement than that. You know, it was just a good time.
And you talked about a little bit of inexperience, and although the car counts may not be there are some strong runners in this field.
Well, yeah, I think it showed there in the latter part of that race. You know, there was 5 or 6 of us really dicing it up under a blanket, and we were 2 and 3 wide. You just had to kind of pick and choose how he's going to get through the traffic, and you know, with the Weath boy and Bob J and Kerry Molovich and Bill Henney, you know, these guys they're all been around a while. I mean, it was just picking the right moves tonight. It just kind of worked out. I'm just fortunate. I got to thank my crew for really getting my car back together and getting me back out there, and it just worked out pretty well, and I'm just tickled to death.
Here's a quick look at your top 5 with Jay, Chamberlain, Wheat, and Henney following Duffy across the line. In the limited late models, Bobby Black led flag to flag. Defending champion Rick Singleton finished second. Grant Adams, Justin Can, and DJ Troutman were 3rd through 5th. Onto the hobby stocks, where Chad Gamble in the Black 13 would lead the field to the green. Terry Norris in the 73 would settle into 2nd, with Charlie Walter in 3rd. They would run in that order for a few laps. On lap 5, Chuck Wine in the Blue 88 challenges Walter for 3rd, but he wiggles, allowing the 60 of Bill Replogle to take away the position. Rick Potter would do so as well. As Gamble increased his lead, 2nd through 6th waged a spirited battle after Travis Group in the red number 7 joined the fray. With 2 laps to go, Potter is running 2nd when things get dicey. Group gets into Potter. That ended Potter's night. Group went to the rear of the field after contact with the wall. On the restart, Walter makes a bid for the lead. As they go through 1 and 2, Gamble was able to clear the 42 machine. Gamble would keep Walter at bay to garner his first victory at Bedford. Norris finished 3rd ahead of Lou Waynen, and 4th. Group charged back to finish 5th. Later in the show, we'll go back to Bedford Speedway to show some highlights from the super late model feature. Now, we couldn't have asked for any better weather than what we had on Saturday. It's certainly a relief from what we've become accustomed to. So I trekked to Mercer Raceway Park, where the All-Star Circuit of Champions sprints were in action. Those highlights and more when Pit Pass returns.
Family fun starts at Jake's Karts. Choose a kart from their showroom or have one custom built to your specifications. Custom paint, lift kits, wheels, tires, and rear seats are just a few options. Go ahead, shake it up. Whether you are camping or trail riding on any terrain, Jake's Karts has the perfect kart your whole family will enjoy. Stop in today for a test drive. Financing available for qualified buyers. Jake's Karts, Route 522 McBaytown, online at jakeskarts.com.